Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is CamKnowsFootball here, also simply known as Cam, and this is going to be the first video on my channel. This is going to be a channel where I just talk NFL and play Madden and stuff. And today we got the top 3 sleeper teams for the 2020 NFL season. So let's get right into it. Here we go. So first, I do have 2 honorable mentions. My first honorable mention is the Miami Dolphins. So they were able to draft Tua, which I think was great. They went out and got Jordan Howard and Matt Breida. They needed some good running backs. That's good that they did that. They still have the star receiver, Devontae Parker. He's going to be amazing. They made some upgrades to the offensive line, which I think is great. And they also spent a lot of money on defense to get some pretty good players. So we see they got Shaq Lawson, they got Kyle Van Noy, they got Byron Jones, and a lot of other good defensive players. So I feel like their defense is going to be scary. But the reason I only have them as an honorable mention is because I don't think they're going to win the division. I think the Bills or the Patriots are going to win it. And I don't really know if they're going to get a wild card spot. There's a lot of other teams contending for those. So that's why I only have them as an honorable mention. So my second honorable mention is going to be the Cleveland Browns. So they still have Baker Mayfield as quarterback. And I know he didn't have the best year last year, but I feel like he's going to be a lot better this year. They also have 2 good running backs with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Their receiving core is disgusting. Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry. It's a really good pair right there. They got Austin Hooper at tight end. That's a great tight end. They also upgraded their offensive line a little bit. I feel like their offensive line is actually decent now. I think it's pretty good. And then also on defense, they have Myles Garrett and many other defensive stars, Denzel Ward. So I feel like they're going to be a pretty good team. The reason I only have them as an honorable mention is because I don't think they're going to win the division. I think the Ravens have it on lock. And also, I don't really know if they're going to be able to get a wild card spot. Like I said, in the AFC and the NFC, actually, there's going to be a lot of teams contending. So that's why I only have them as an honorable mention. So now let's get into the real list. All right, so at number 3, this is the real list now, by the way. I have the Chicago Bears. So they went out and got Nick Foles. We don't know who's going to start. Is it going to be Foles? Is it going to be Trubisky? We don't really know. At running back, they have Tariq Cohen and David Montgomery, a really good pair of running backs. They also have Allen Robinson at receiver. Really, I think their only star receiver. But they also have Anthony Miller, which can come in and be pretty good. The O-line, I feel like it's decent. They also got Jimmy Graham at tight end. I don't really know how he's going to be. I feel like his career's kind of went downhill. Don't feel like he's the player he used to be anymore. Like I said, their O-line's pretty good. And then the defense. We look at the defense, and we see one of the best defenses in the league. So we see they have Eddie Goldman. I'm just going to name off some great defensive names here. Eddie Goldman, we got Akeem Hicks, we got Robert Quinn, so they're going to be able to put on a lot of pressure. Also, Khalil Mack, maybe one of the top 5 best players in the entire NFL. They also have Danny Trevathan and Roquan Smith at their linebacker positions. So this defense is going to be scary. But that's not even all the defensive names we got here. We also got Kyle Fuller, we got Buster Skrines, he was pretty good, and we even got Eddie Jackson. So this defense is going to be scary. And this offense, I feel like if they can get going within the first few weeks, find who the starting quarterback is going to be, I have a good feeling it's going to be Trubisky, but he might get benched like midseason and that might be full. That's just my prediction. I don't know. But either way, I feel like this is going to be a pretty good team. So this is why I put them at number 3. I feel like they can contend for maybe a wild card spot this year. Now here we go. My number 2 spot for Sleeper Team 2020, I have the Arizona Cardinals. So they have Kyler Murray, who I feel like in a few years could be competing for an MVP award. That's how I feel about him. At the running back, they have Kenyon Drake and Chase Edmonds. which are two pretty good running backs. A wide receiver, obviously, they got DeAndre Hopkins. In my opinion, the second best receiver in football. They also have Larry Fitzgerald. They have Christian Kirk. They have Andy Isabella. Their receiving core is pretty stacked. Their whole offense is, actually. And their O-line, I feel like, got a lot better. They had a lot of additions there. And then their defense, we have Chandler Jones, who is just a great defensive player all around. They have Patrick Peterson, one of the best cornerbacks in the league. They have Byron Murphy, who is pretty good. They also have Budda Baker on defense. So, I feel like this team could really be a great team with Kyler Murray. And then they also have Christian Kirk and DeAndre Hopkins. I feel like it's going to be disgusting. So, that's why I have them at the number 2 spot. I feel like they are probably going to get a wild card spot, in my opinion. All right, here we go. Let's go to the number 1 team. All right, here we go. At my number 1 spot, I have the Denver Broncos. Now, hear me out on this one. Let me just read out their roster for you, because this is insane. They have Drew Lock, who I feel like is going to develop a ton, and he's going to be really good. They got Melvin Gordon, and they still have Phillip Lindsay there. That's going to be amazing for them. They have Cortland Sutton at receiver, he's going to break out as a star. He's going to be really good. They also added from the draft Jerry Jeudy and KJ Hamler. Tell me that's not a really good receiving core. I think that's going to be great, especially for a young QB like Drew Lock. That's just going to be great for him. Their offensive line, they got Graham Glasgow. They have DeJuan James. And I just feel like they have a pretty good O-line. And also on their defense, they acquired Jarrell Casey. He's going to be really good for them. They also have Bradley Chubb. They have Von Miller, who's one of the best players in the NFL, again. And they also have Kareem Jackson. They added A.J. Boye. They have Bryce Callahan. They have Justin Simmons. So I feel like they can get a wild card spot and go pretty far in the playoffs this year. That's just my prediction. Let me know what you guys think about these teams. Those are my top 3 sleeper teams for 2020. Also, I added 2 honorable mentions. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.